Picture this, you guys. You just landed in Mexico City or Lima or Buenos Aires. You stepped out of the airport hungry and jet lagged, and the first thing that hits you is the smell of grilled meats, tacos al pastor turning on the spit, street stalls frying up chorizo, parrillas sizzling with steaks, and there you are, a proud vegetarian, thinking, oh no, what am I actually going to eat here? That's the exact moment of a lot of plant-based travelers panic. Latin America is beautiful, rich in culture, and absolutely overflowing with food tradition. But if you're a vegetarian, it can feel like the deck is stacked against you. Everywhere you look, every menu seems to feature beef, pork, or chicken. And it's not like the food doesn't look and smell good, and you might be tempted to taste it. But being a vegetarian, you back away. Nah, I can't do it. Every host wants to feed you meat, and you start wondering if you're doomed to spend your whole vacation nibbling on plain rice and side salad. Don't fret, because I have some positive news for you. You're not doomed. You can survive this and even thrive while vacationing in Latin America as a vegetarian. But it takes a little knowledge, some strategy, and a whole lot of flexibility. That's what this video is all about. What actually works, what doesn't, and how to enjoy the full experience of Latin American travel without compromising your values or your health. So, is Latin America a vegetarian heaven or hell? Here's the wild thing about Latin America. It's both one of the easiest and hardest places to be vegetarian. On the one hand, the cultural food staples are incredible. Beans, corn, rice, plantain. I love plantains. I don't know about you, but I can eat plantains anytime. Tropical fruits. You've got a natural vegetarian buffet built right into the culture. Street vendors sell roasted corn. Markets overflow with mangoes, papayas, pineapples, and avocados the size of your head. That's like the land of milk and honey in the Bible, right? These are vegetarian friendly foods everywhere you look. But then comes the other side. Meat, carne, is deeply ingrained in Latin American culture. In Argentina, asada, the barbecue, isn't just food, it's a social event. In Brazil, churrasco is practically a religion. Even in Central America, chicken finds its way into almost every stew, soup, or street snack. To say no can feel awkward or even rude. As a vegetarian traveler, you're constantly navigating between abundance and pressure, between foods you love and situations where you're expected to bend. And that tension is where most people struggle. Let's start with the positive. The things that absolutely do work for vegetarian travelers in Latin America. First up, the staples are your friend. Beans and rice aren't side dishes here, they're centerpieces. From gallo pinto in Costa Rica to feijoada in Brazil, minus the meat, to casados in Nicaragua, the humble bean and rice combo shows up everywhere. Add in plantains, squash, and corn tortillas, and you've got a complete protein source that fuels long days of sightseeing or hiking. Two, markets are gold mine. Skip the tourist traps and head to a local mercado. Fresh fruit juices, grilled corn, tamales filled with vegetables, pupusas stuffed with beans and cheese. Markets are where you find vegetarian magic. You can build an entire meal from a few dollars without worrying about hidden meat. Street snacks can be surprisingly veggie friendly. That's number three. Let's move on to the street snacks, you guys. They hold some hidden but lovely veggie gems like empanadas stuffed with cheese or spinach, arepas filled with avocado, elotes flavored in lime and cheese. If you know what to look for, street food becomes your best ally. Four, eggs and dairy are widely accepted. If you're vegetarian but not vegan, you're in luck. Eggs, cheese, and yogurt are everywhere. A simple breakfast of huevos, rancheros, cheese, arropas, or scrambled eggs with vegetables can keep you fueled all morning. Now for the tougher part. Hidden meat everywhere. In Latin America, chicken broth is considered a neutral cooking base. Pork fat sneaks into beans. Lard goes into tortillas. You might order a vegetable soup only to find bacon floating in it. Unless you ask, you'll get surprises. Two, social pressure is real. Hospitality is huge in Latin America. When someone offers you carne asada, they're not just feeding you, they're inviting you into their culture. Saying no can feel like a rejection of generosity. This doesn't mean you should cave, but it does mean you need a strategy for declining politely. 3. Restaurants are meat heavy. In many countries, the idea of vegetarian cuisine isn't mainstream yet. Order a salad and you might get lettuce topped with ham. Order pasta and it comes with a meat sauce. You need to scan menus carefully or ask for substitution. 4. Nutrient gaps add up. If you're traveling for more than a week, surviving on bread, fruit, and beans can leave you short on protein, iron, and vitamin B12. You know we need all of that as vegetarians. This is where planning and supplementation matter. So let me give you some survival strategies. Number 1, learn key phrases. Before you leave for vacation, learn some key phrases for the region you're visiting. Language is power. Therefore, learn how to say you don't eat chicken, meat, or fish. Saying you're vegetarian might not translate well in other parts of the world like it does in the United States. 2, master the menu dance. When eating out, look for sides. Order rice, beans, plantains, tortillas, salad, and make a meal out of that. And make sure you ask them if their rice and beans have been cooked in beef or chicken broth. You'll be surprised how many times the answer is yes. 3, grocery stores are your safety net. Stock up on nuts, seeds, yogurt, protein bars, or even local cheese. That way, if you're stuck in a meat-heavy environment, you can supplement. 4, supplements are your backup. If you're going to be in Latin America or an extended stay, remember to bring B12 and maybe even a small protein powder stash. That ensures you won't be nutrient deficient while vacationing. If your physician has prescribed or suggested you take supplements, make sure to bring them with you while on vacation. Always discuss supplementation with your doctor. 5, choose your battles. Most importantly, choose your battles wisely. Don't expect perfection. Some travelers get stressed about the possibility of cross-contamination or a spoonful of chicken broth. That's me. I'm that traveler. If avoiding animal products strictly is your goal, that's me. I'm that traveler. You need to cook for yourself. But if your priority is staying vegetarian without losing your mind, allow a little grace and flexibility. Like I said, for me, I would have difficulty staying in that part of the world for extended stays because I will not eat rice cooked in chicken broth. You might as well eat chicken. I won't eat beans or anything else cooked in beef broth. You might as well eat meat, but the choice here is yours. Now, let me give you the bigger picture. We're going to thrive and not just survive. Being vegetarian in Latin America isn't about deprivation. It's about creativity. Think about this. Tacos and the beans and the cheese and the salsa and avocado, pasta stuffed with loroco, flowers and cheese, plantain dishes that double as sweet and savory, smoothies made with all those fruits we can't get in the United States. That sounds great. Just think about that. If you just think about that alone and not the meat contamination you surely get by eating these dishes, then yes, you'll say no to steak and churrasco, but you'll say yes to flavors, colors, and textures that make the vegetarian experience in Latin America unique. Vacationing as a vegetarian in Latin America isn't about survival in the sense of scraping by. It's about surviving the myths, the social pressure, and the meat-heavy menu while thriving on the incredible plant-based abundance that's already there. Learn a few phrases, stock up smart, choose your battles, and lean into the foods that work. And if you want extra help hitting your nutritional goals, check out the Vegetarian Protein Playbook and my 100-page Vegetarian Strong Guide. Both linked in the description. Because whether you're home or abroad, strength really does come from plants, baby. I'll see you in the next video.